Hello and welcome to another episode of K&K Play D&D. This is Keep Rock episode 1. That's right, my friends, we are entering a new story arc. I am the second K, Karin, and I'm very glad that you've decided to join us today. This episode is brought to you by strangers in taverns. Let's get those dice rolling. Previously on K&K Play D&D, keep singing taverns with the builders, the gods here in Patchwork. After a conversation with the god Ro, we ended up coming to Keep Rock, the city we'd actively been trying to avoid, in order to see Jot, a builder who apparently can't leave this city. Frankie's exhausted, so she and I stay back at the inn, while Nowhere's, Anna, and Runt head to the temple to see Jot.
Frankie is sleeping, Tar is by himself. What are you doing, Tar?
Just kind of waiting for Frankie to wake up.
Okay. Go downstairs or anything?
I mean, probably at some point to get some food at some point. Is there room service? I could just call room service.
They don't have room service there. They don't have creatures called telephones or anything like that. So you go downstairs.
I stay with Frankie for a while. I want to make sure that she falls asleep. I don't want to. I don't want to leave before she's really asleep. And I'm not. I mean, I'm not planning to follow the rest of the party or anything. Just kind of, gonna hang out, check my weapons and armor and stuff, and think about my kid and look out the window and stuff.
Okay. So you get downstairs. It's the time between the midday meal and dinner. So the common room is fairly empty. The rush is over and all that. There are a few people in there, more in the periphery of the room, and they're mostly travelers and such. People either staying there or staying in an actual inn and just choosing to hang out in this tavern. As you go towards the bar, there is a table near it with two hunched figures on there at the table, staring into their mugs, a half-elf man and a human woman. They look like travelers themselves.
Okay.
Travel-stained clothes and whatnot. And as you get to the bar, there is a rather sizable dragonborn man sitting at the bar near where you're going. He's got silver scales edged with bronze.
Nice.
He's older, mid-50s. Scars are crisscrossing his forearms and several run along his muzzle. He definitely has the look of he's been around a while. He's done a lot.
Gotcha.
There's a large battle axe strapped to his back, and a half-eaten meal sits in front of him. And he looks up when you approach, and his brows lower, and he cocks his head for a moment, but the barkeep comes over to you. Where's the rest of your troop?
Just one of my companions and I was wondering if I could get a meal delivered upstairs for her.
Oh, yeah, we can get that. It'll take a little while to get something going.
No, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, we can have something going. The rest of you out in the city?
I'll be staying.
All right. Well, it is a fine city if I don't say so myself. What do you want for your friend?
I mean, whatever's going, but lots of vegetables, and hold the radishes and mushrooms.
No radishes and mushrooms. Gotcha.
Yeah, no, she's definitely allergic.
Okay. Yeah. I'll have one of the servers send something up as soon as it's ready. Anything else?
I mean, I could use some mug of ale if you know what I mean.
I'll get one for you right now.
Deeply appreciate that.
And as he does that, the Silver Dragonborn kind of turns to you. Good day, brother.
Oh, Hello.
He briefly glances across the room and then back at you, Tara. What clan do you come from?
I can't rightly remember, sir. I'm new.
Oh, so you're not from one of the western ones, eh?
No, sir.
That's all right. I hear I hear the western ones are fairly nice. Though I wouldn't know myself.
I wouldn't either.
Fair enough. Fair enough. What brings you to Keep Rock?
I just wanted to check out the temple.
Ah, yeah. The
Like a pilgrimage, I guess you'd say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the temple's nice. I've never gone in there. I've been by it myself. So, you got friends you travel with. That's good.
Yeah, a bit of a party.
What do you do for them? You the like spiritual liaison for them, moral compass type thing.
No, mostly I keep the goblin from poisoning himself.
His brows draw down. His face scrunches up. You travel with a goblin?
Yeah, no, he's very he's useful and he's funny and he keeps the mood light. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just not used to people traveling with them little ones. Just squish them.
I mean I wouldn't. He is one of the better magic users we've run into.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're more of like a adventurer type group, huh?
Not by choice, but just kind of the way it's gone.
I understand that. You know, I'm a hunter myself. I started out adventuring and stuff years ago, but became a hunter.
Good for you.
Some days, yeah. You do any hunting? You got the look like you know how to do stuff.
I mean, not recently.
What's your preferred area?
I'm from the forest originally.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I like forests, but I just can't really wrap my mind around them. I had a guy who tracked for me.
Past tense.
Unfortunately, he was Wilhelm. He was good. I liked him. We got along well. He told some jokes that I actually laughed at.
Tara can't think of anything to say to that. Tara knows he's not particularly funny on purpose.
Poor Tara.
I mean, dude, he's got a -2 to charisma.
That's true. If your friends are off wandering the city, maybe you wouldn't mind helping me out, huh? I've been hired by how do you put it, a local lordling to catch a creature that's menaced the area to the southeast of here.
Oh, well, I'm not for hire individually. I've got a friend upstairs who needs someone to stay with her.
Oh, I get that. Something bad happened?
Yeah.
Yeah. As the two of you are talking, the half-elf man from the table gets up and slides to the bar right behind you, Tara.
That's not uncomfortable at all.
Belker, who's your friend? Ain't often we see another your scaly kind who's so amiable. It's a brother of mine. We're just chatting, Vane.
Hi.
And as you look at this man, he kind of slides a hand into his jacket like he's gripping something.
Well, I wouldn't want to disturb you two during your meal.
And, Tarer, I need you to make a con save. As Vane pulls something from his jacket and presses it against your shoulder.
Great. I mean, it's a 17 plus 3. I mean, I think I'm okay. The DM disagrees, huh? The DM's like, no, you can't be okay. That messes with the plot.
It messes with the plot.
I told you that's what he was saying.
Well, you feel this fire slide through your shoulder and into your body, and you pass out.
Seriously? I rolled a 20, dude. It didn't matter what I rolled, did it? You're like, I'm gonna work this to my advantage.
But as you pass out...
Honestly, what would I have needed to roll in order to pass the con save?
Where is this sheet? It was... What was it? 21.
Are you making that up, or is that for real?
It's real.
Somehow I don't believe you.
It is!
Because I was like, this is an excellent opportunity for some good, like, role play with Tarver getting feisty, and you're all like, nah, you pass out, dude. And you're grinning in a way that makes me disbelieve you.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I'm a DM. As the world goes black, Tar, you see Belker get up, catch you, but also take a swing at the half-elf man, growling at him. Why did you do that? So we're going to pause with Tarer. We're going to go to Nowhere's, Anna, and Runt.
Okay, sounds like a good time.
And you guys are heading through the city to the temples.
Yeah, to the big temple. The
big,
one that's stuck through with the rock.
that's built off of the rock,
The
yes.
rock impaled it.
Yeah, or it's growing out of the rock.
No, the rock impaled it.
Okay, the rock impaled it?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are heading south to the temple, going into the main doors, which face north to the big mountain that the city is coming off of. And just west of the temple, there's a construction site. And Anna, if you want to make a perception check.
11?
Well, it looks like a temple that's being built. You can't tell to who exactly,
Okay.
but Runt, do you want to check to see as well? See if you can figure out who it's for?
No, not really.
Okay, that's fine. It's to someone.
Yeah.
It's a temple, and apparently they might not be so friendly with the other temples inside the giant rock.
Which would seem to be weird, because I think I remember someone saying at some point that it's a temple to, like, everyone.
That's what the rock is, yep.
Yeah, so, like, what would be the point of another temple?
I don't know. But as you enter the main entrance, the first level, it is a wide space. At least 2 stories tall, high ceilings. There are pillars punctuating every here and there within the main area. Along the north and south walls, there are statues lining them with small altars in front of them and little padded kneelers where a few people have gathered to pay homage to the different builders.
Okay.
I'm just going to quickly describe the statues and who they're for.
Okay.
Just start with me. Me is there, and it's a feminine figure shaped with an outstretched arm and an open book.
Okay.
Then is Ro,
Yeah.
a male figure standing between a column of wind and water. After them is Jot, with a series of children dancing. And there's a flurry of crystal stars and music notes around them.
Pretty.
And the altar in front of Jot is covered with paint splotches and flowers.
Typical.
Very,
Yeah.
very. Then is Samek, an imposing male figure holding up a set of scales.
Mm-hmm.
And there are loose coins over his altar.
Okay.
Then is Silo, a feminine figure holding a sword in the left hand and holding a baby in the right.
That makes me uncomfortable.
Why is that nowheres?
I don't like children being near sharp objects.
Okay. And then is Taff and Taff.
I was worried you were going to stop with I don't like children.
The statue for Taff and Teth are two figures, a male and female, back to back, and one of their sets of hands clasped together. And all of you can tell just right off that less people go to that one.
It
than
looks a
all the
little
others.
neglected, huh?
A little neglected. The priests and priestesses and the acolytes do keep it clean like they do with all the others, but there are less patronage.
Yeah,
there.
less offerings. That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Less wear in the kneelers and all that.
I gotcha.
And there's about 20 or 30 people just paying homage to the different builders and different areas. Me has more scribe-like people who are educated looking. Samek has more wealthier people. Silo gets random people. A slice of life. Jot has, well, artisans and children
Right.
going through.
Right.
A couple people do pay respect to Ro, and, well, Taff and Teth is not many visiting.
Right. Right. Okay.
And there are priests and priestesses walking around, and acolytes helping, cleaning up, attending to people who have questions, whatnot. You can tell the acolytes are not devoted to a single builder yet by the blank alb along the robes.
Oh, that's interesting.
But each of the actual priests and priestesses on their albs have images that can be equated to the builders themselves.
Okay.
And there is at least one priest dedicated to Taff and Teth represented there. So all the builders are represented in priests on that first level.
Gotcha.
To the west, there is a large set of stairs winding up to the next level, but the only people seeming to use it right now are the priestly orders.
Okay.
What do you guys do?
Well, I mean, we're here to see Jot, so I think we should just go to Jot's thing.
Jot's alcove, Jot's little altar?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do there?
I don't know about the others, but I sort of enjoy the art.
Do you do some art?
Are there supplies?
There are, actually. Yeah.
Well, then sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna paint a radish.
All right, Runt. Roll performance.
You should know that I'm very strong in charismatic arts. Not that strong, though. It's the first time I've ever tried painting. That's a 7, by the way.
Yeah. It looks like a radish, but in an abstract way. Anna and Nowheres, what are you doing during this time of Runt's artistic endeavors?
I'm just watching because it's entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah. I am looking around for an acolyte or a priest.
For whom?
For Jot.
For John?
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Roll a perception check.
7.
7. Well, you don't see any right off, and it's probably 10 minutes before someone approaches you all. It's a wood elf man coming up to you. Welcome, travelers, to
Thank you.
Jot's alcove. Is there something I can pray with you for or assist you with?
Do you have a lighter shade of red?
I can get you some, yes.
Runt, you mix the white with the red.
Oh, that's genius.
There is that as well. Are you a painter, sir?
No, not, no. We're actually here to see John.
Oh, I will get one of the higher priests. May I have your names, please?
I am Anna,
Anna,
and this is Nowheres,
Mr. Nowheres.
and this is Runt.
The priest blinks a few times, head cocks, and looks at Runt, and actually lowers himself to Runt's level.
Runt is using his thumb as a guide for only Jot knows what.
Excuse me, sir. Are you really Runt?
Yeah. Do you think that the leaves go at this angle or are they closer together?
Turnip?
No, it's a radish.
A little bit further apart.
Oh, okay. Like
You-
this?
Yes.
Oh,
You are Runt, aren't you?
yeah, I already said that. So do you think that this shade with the yellow or do you think it's darker?
A little bit darker.
Okay, I think so too.
Well, pardon me, sir. He stands back up. If you will wait here just a little bit longer, I will go fetch someone for you.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Bows to the two of you, bows a little bit deeper to Runt, and scurries away.
This is the strangest experience of my life. Nowheres, if this is the strangest experience of your life, I'd like to know what your metric is.
Me too. What is your metric for that, Dominic?
Wrong, not only the wrong character, dude, but the wrong campaign, son.
What is your metric, Nowheres?
Okay, when was the last time you saw a priest give a goblin deference? It's unexpected.
Okay.
It's weird. Perhaps the strangest thing I've seen. I still think it's an odd metric. Well, you can think what you want.
So a short time later, the priest comes back with another priest, obviously higher ranking than him. It's another elf. And it's Drow.
Oh, interesting.
Drow with the long silver hair and the ashen black skin. And slightly older. He's probably pushing 500 or something like that.
Okay.
So he's not that fresh-faced young elf that you can't tell the age of. There's a little bit more life experience.
He's
there.
a little more Elrond than Legolas.
Yes. And he comes up and he bows to the three of you. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I am Katin, Priest Katin. You may call me Katin.
Thanks.
You are Mistress Anna, Master Nowheres, and Lord Runt.
He's a lord now, is he? Yes, we are.
Well, we've actually heard much of Runt. He's quite favored by Jot.
I believe that about him.
Well, Lord Runt, if you're done with your offering, I will take you three upstairs.
Do you think it needs a background or do you think it's okay as it is?
Well, there are two schools of thought. If you have to draw a background, draw the background.
Right, no, that's deep.
But also, it is beautiful as it is.
I appreciate your flattery, and I know it's flattery because this is the first painting I've ever done.
Is it? I would never have guessed.
He too have guessed.
I see many artwork and art styles, Master Nowheres.
Sorry, I wasn't meaning to call you a liar.
Any other man probably would have lied on that.
I think it's beautiful, Runt.
And your opinion is the only one that matters.
That's sweet of you to say.
You're literally standing in front of the god's altar when you say that.
Yeah, but I know Jot personally.
You know Anna personally.
I don't like when you logic. It's confusing when you logic. Stop it.
Well, Lord Runt, will you please come with me?
Sure, yeah, no, let's go.
All right. This way, we're going to go upstairs to the next level.
Ooh, exciting.
He thanks the other priests and pretty much dismisses him to work the floor again.
Right.
And he leads the three of you to the stairs and up. Now, as he's leading you up the stairs, you're all the way to the left side, and on the right, a group of priests are coming down.
Okay.
Nowheres. You're probably towards the back of your group, right?
One would imagine so if
Okay.
Lord Runt is being taken escorted personally.
And knowing you, you're probably keeping an eye on strange happenings as well.
Yes, it's part of my nature.
Roll perception.
Okay. That would be a 10 total.
Well, you can tell that these priests coming down are priests of Samek.
Oh, I love that guy.
Oh, yes. Anna, you see the priests of Samek coming towards you. Roll perception. Not what I wanted. You have advantage.
Why?
Because you don't like the priests of Samek and the ones that you have met.
Okay, I'll buy it.
That really didn't help.
You know this D20? I'm not superstitious about dice. I'm superstitious about Anna.
Uh-huh.
Anna doesn't want to see them.
No, she doesn't. She just...
Anna doesn't want to see the priests of Samek.
Alright, Runt, your turn.
Okay. What am I looking for?
You're looking at the priests of Samek?
Okay, well, I got a 19. I got a 20.
Well, towards the middle of that group, you see a tall, lanky figure. That's very familiar.
No. Does he have silver hair that he keeps really, really, really short, like almost bald?
Uh-huh.
And he's very thin?
Uh-huh.
Is he wearing a pocket watch?
You can't tell. But
Okay.
do you want to make a perception check to see?
Sure. 17 plus 1.
You can see a chain around his hip and going into a pocket.
La 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 la
Can
la
you
la la la
can you name him?
la 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 PF.
Paulo Fiertalker. Yes.
PF la 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 la.
Do you glance at your friends or anything?
Yeah, I mean Nowheres kind of stands out wherever he goes. Hey Nowheres, come here.
Sure, what's up?
Come down here.
And, Runt pulls on his collar to tug him down.
Look at this very intricate part of this tapestry. Isn't it fascinating?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Paulo Fiertalker, in his cadre, kind of sees this strange motion, and the priest of Jot having to stop as his wards stop and are looking at a tapestry, and something about this group seems familiar, but he can't quite place it. But a man of his ranking doesn't really deal with the riffraff that Jot collects.
Yeah, I hear
A
that.
goblin, a human, and a tiefling.
Yeah.
Riffraff.
That's
Not
fair.
the sort that a high priest of Samek.
I mean, the goblin has paint on his nose. Like, it's pretty obvious.
Yes, and they're all traveled stained and
A little ripe.
little right.
Yeah.
Smell of horse and jungle travel.
Weird.
He goes on with his group.
What are you two looking at?
The fine stitchery on this tapestry. Here, come look.
Alright, I'm coming.
Okay, it's fine. We can go.
I just got. What are we? I don't know. I don't even know. Just don't ask.
And the priest of Jot looks at the three of you, but also looks at the retreating backs of the Samekites.
Sometimes I am so moved by the spirit of Jot.
Roll me deception.
You should know that that's a charisma check. And I happen to be proficient in it. So that is a total of 22.
That guy is fun. And so,
I just want to point out that Runt has the highest charisma of the whole team.
oh yeah. Yeah, his... Yes. You want to know why?
Why? Oh, because he needs it for his spells, hey. Hey, look at me, I got the finger guns. I got a thing right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the artistic appreciation of the job does run deep.
It runs deep in the soul, man.
Yes, especially when you are near to her and you are touched by her.
He's touched already.
Well, may we continue?
Oh, yes, of course. Admire the sweeping architecture.
I'm gesturing very widely. Our people can't see that, but I'm gesturing very widely.
Yes, you are.
Admire the sweeping architecture. Texture. How do you say that word?
Architecture.
Good job. No worries, you want to try? I'll give you advantage.
Thanks. Architecture. Is that it? It's not even a word anymore.
It's just a,
It's just a collection of syllables, yes.
Admire the sweeping architecture. The gothic, almost gothic lines of the buttresses. Are those buttresses?
No, they're not.
Right. Admire the sweeping lines of the... What's another term in architecture?
It's architecture, please.
Architecture.
Architecture. I can't.
This is
Sorry.
You're describing it better than I can right now. Runt. You get to the second floor. Would you like to describe it real quick?
Sure. Yes, I would like to describe that second floor. As you approach the landing, your senses encounter a spread of beautiful carpet, unless it's not carpet. Nope, it encounters marble. Sure, marble. It encounters a marble floor that has been waxed and polished first, probably, before it got waxed, to a sheen that you could see your face in if you were very close to it, but not when you're standing up. And it stretches on as far as the room goes. And then it stops. There's a wall. And the ceilings go up until the ceiling. The ceilings go up until the ceiling. That's what I just said. The walls run all the way from the floor to the ceiling. And they are covered in carvings. No, they're not covered in carvings. They're covered in tapestries. They're covered in tapestries depicting scenes of history. Sure, they're depicting saints and martyrs. No martyrs. It's just saints doing good deeds. Yes, doing good deeds. So the walls go from the floor to the ceiling, and they have tapestries that depict the saints doing good deeds. And then there are windows because it's the second floor, and they let in light because it's the afternoon, and the light filters through the dust motes, creating a golden haze, an aura of holiness as we approach the inner sanctums.
Very nice. Well, there's a stairwell leading further up, a bit smaller than the one you came up on, and there are several doors, several doors there leading to different places. One of them has a very, very large golden dragonborn. He is twice as wide as Tara and taller than Nowheres.
Hot dang.
He's holding a glaive in one hand, and he has at least 4 swords strapped to him.
For all 4 of his arms.
2 arms, and he's got armor, and he's...
Does he have wings?
No,
Okay, just checking.
no,
Does he have a prehensile tail?
no,
Okay, just checking.
he has no tail.
Oh. How does he keep his balance?
On his feet. Well, the priest leads you to that door.
Okay.
And the Dragonborn looks down at you guys, and a little bit of flame kind of escapes his lip. And the priest holds up his hand, and the Dragonborn sucks it back in. Sucks back in the flame.
Right, because when I grope
And
fire, that's what I do.
Give it 3 seconds, and he starts coughing a little bit. But then he sets his glaive down.
Okay.
Doesn't harm the floor. He lets go, and it stands there perfectly.
That's a nice trick, man.
Mm-hmm. Then he opens the door behind him. And the priest bows to the 3 of you again, a little bit lower for Runt. I will be right out here, waiting for you for when you are done.
Thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome. And thank you for visiting.
We are honored to be here.
And the 3 of you enter, and the door shuts behind you. And we're going to switch gears now.
Okay.
Frankie,
What?
how are you?
Sleepy. Go away.
Are you hungry?
I wasn't till you mentioned it. But I am now. Tara, honey, get the door. Tara, get the door.
Mom, I have some food here for you.
Just bring it in.
All right. The door opens, and a young lady, comes in with a tray of food, lots of vegetables, no mushrooms or radishes, and a jug of fresh water. She brings it in and sets it on the bedside table.
Frankie has pushed herself up to a sitting position.
Your dragonborn companion, Marm, he had wanted this sent up to you.
Oh, that was sweet of him. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome, Marm. She awkwardly gives you a curtsy and hurries out, shutting the door behind her.
Well, I will partake. So, Frankie eats and is very full and satisfied and sleepy. I stink. Tar, would you mind if I take a bath first? Okay, I'll go ahead then. I wonder if he fell asleep. It's unusual.
We'll leave Frankie there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Unless you want to go further.
She strips off her clothes and climbs naked into the warm water.
I mean, like, what more do you want? She takes a bath. She scrubs weeks of grime off
Roll
her.
for dexterity.
I will, though. 17.
Woo! She got sparkly clean. Roll Constitution.
Oh. She doesn't have a very good one, you know. That's a 5. She's very tired. She had a very hard time.
7.
Nope, that's a plus, not a negative. It's a 9.
She's tired.
Yeah, she's very tired. She had a really hard time with Tough and Tough. And that thing with Ro was, she was already gone by the time that happened. So she just mostly just wants to go back in bed. But now she's clean and she's fed and watered. And Tara, honey, I'm gonna go back to bed. Tell the others when they get here. Okay. Good night.
And we'll go back to Tara. Tara, you wake in the forest outside of Keep Rock, to the west of Keep Rock.
How do I know that it's Keep Rock? Because of the rock.
Because of the rocks.
Right, okay.
You are not tied. You have all the stuff you had on you when you were in the tavern, so your armor and whatnot. Just no weapons.
I probably have my whip strapped on my hip.
Probably.
Okay.
We'll say that. You
But I probably don't have, like, my quiver.
You don't have your quiver, you don't have your bows or your sword.
Okay. Do I still have my bracers on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those they don't impede much of your normal life.
Probably don't have my water horn, though.
Why don't you roll insight?
I need insight to tell what I have strapped in my person and whether or not I'm wearing a fanny pack.
Yep.
It's a total of 11.
You have your water horn,
Well, that's a mercy.
but nothing else.
I feel naked.
You are in a campsite.
You know, it's awfully gutsy of these people to drug me and then not bind me.
And near you is a silver dragonborn. He's sharpening a dagger, and he doesn't look very happy. And across from him, on the other side of a small campfire, is the woman that you saw, and Vane. Vane has a black eye.
Oh.
And a broken nose.
Oh. Where's my horse?
Belker turns and looks at you, drops his head. I'm sorry, brother. Your horse is probably back at the inn.
What's going on?
My companions here and I have a disagreement. I wanted to see if I could hire you and your forest skills to help with this job of ours, and they want to force and coerce you into helping us.
Can they understand this conversation, or has it been taking place in Draconic?
It's been taking place in Draconic, but the two of them are watching warily. The man, Vane, is holding his staff, while the woman, I'll just give you her name, Sal, is gripping her sword and glaring daggers at you, Tara.
I'm not sure how much use I'd be on a job like this.
If you can just get us, find the beast for us, we'll take care of it from there.
What kind of beast?
A were creature.
Right, no, I'm definitely not your guy. Like last time I ran into some were creatures, they almost killed me.
That's what I'm here for, brother. I will take care of it before it can reach you.
Right. What type of were creature?
A were tiger?
Tar almost just walks away.
Seeing that Sal draws her sword and stands up.
He holds up his hands and says in common,
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not here to hurt anybody.
You're gonna do it, aren't you?
I beg your pardon.
You're gonna do it, or I'm gonna start sending pieces of you back here to your group.
Do what exactly?
Well, if you're not gonna do the job, I'm gonna get the money so I can hire someone who can.
I'm not sure I follow.
Velker stands up, glares at Sal. I'll handle this. You're doing a fine job as it is, Dragon.
I feel like I'm in the middle of a thing that I don't want to be in the middle of.
Brother, let's sit down.
Right.
Will you help a brother out? I will make it worth your while.
I mean, I don't seem to have much choice, from the looks of it.
You can keep Wilhelm's stuff. He's got a magic bow. It's,
I mean, so do I, if you'd let me bring it.
They won't let you go back to the city.
Right.
And we're close to the beast.
What type of were tiger? Like, does it spend most of its time as a tiger, or does it spend most of its time as a not tiger?
From what we've seen, what we've gathered, it spends most of its time as a human.
Right. Okay. And you're hunting it because
It snapped and terrorized Lordling's manor, killing some of his help. And if you're talking about what the beast did, killed the Lordling's butler, nearly killed his brother, and a couple peasants around there too.
that's quite a thing.
That's what it did.
So we're going after it with 4 people.
And we can take it.
Right. I'm just saying that like the Lord's whole household couldn't take it. I don't doubt your abilities. I just don't want to underestimate.
You know regular guards, right?
Not personally.
They can get skittish around cursed creatures, things not of the normal monster incursions.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do know that people are less likely to do a thing if they're not being paid well.
Which is probably about the closest that Tara will ever get to talking back to someone.
Alright, you can also get some of the cut. You'll get Wilhelm's part of the pot as well.
And if I refuse?
Really hope you don't.
But it just...
Well, if you refuse, I guess you and I will have to be fighting these two.
What if we don't do that?
And what?
That's what I'm asking.
What are you suggesting, brother?
I'm asking you if I don't take the job and I refuse to fight. If I don't take your offer.
Then they're going to try to ransom you to your friends and get money to hire a capable tracker.
And how much is a capable tractor? I'm a trader in a tractor. Yeah. And how much does a good tracker cost these days?
Anywhere from 350 to 1,000 gold pieces.
Tara does some quick math. He reckons his folks could afford that as long as they didn't ask, Anna. I mean, heck, he could afford to ransom himself.
Yeah.
But he just has a reckoning that Nowheres would probably pay it.
Nowheres would.
And he already owes Nowheres so much.
Mm-hmm.
And we know how Tara feels about owing things to people.
Yep.
And we know how much Tara feels indebted to Nowheres to begin with.
Tara, make a quick insight check about your brother Belkin. No.
11.
Well, given what you've seen of Belker and his interactions with Sal and Vane, he's already standing up for you.
Yeah, no, I can tell that. I can tell he's putting himself out here and it's causing some issues. Why not just hire me in the first place again?
Well, that was what I was trying to do in the tavern.
Yeah, I know. I meant from their perspective.
They're getting antsy. They want to get this job done.
Okay. Do you have something that can put me on the track?
Yeah, we can take you to our Wilhelm died. There'll be plenty of tracks there you can pick up the beast from.
Both the human and the tiger tracks.
Yeah.
How long do we expect this to take?
Shouldn't take long.
No, define like, not long as in, like, done by the end of the day, or not long as in, like, it shouldn't take more than 3 weeks.
And if we move quick and you find the trail, we could be done by the end of the day, if not tomorrow.
I mean, it's practically dark already.
Yeah. We could have it done by tomorrow, if we leave the first light.
Right, so, could I at least let my companions know where I am?
I don't think they're gonna let you.
Right. So, here's the thing. If my companions find you, which I would not put past them,
Alright.
I don't think there would be much I could do to convince them not to slaughter you.
If and when your companions find us, I'll drop my axe.
Well, that wouldn't stop Frankie.
Fair enough.
Okay. I mean, Anna wouldn't hit you, but Frankie would. Nowhere's it would depend.
Okay.
And Runt, no predicting.
You have an interesting group of friends.
You have no idea.
Hopefully I'll get to meet them on better terms, huh?
Yes, I hope for your sake that, yeah.
So, can I tell them you're in?
I mean, I don't have much choice.
Belker stands, goes towards Sal and Vane, and just says, "He's good," and grabs a pack and brings it over to Tara. Here's Wilhelm's gear. And the most noticeable thing is a short bow. Yes, I know you prefer long bows, Tara, but there's a black short bow strapped to the side, made of onyx and obsidian.
Those are rocks.
Mm-hmm.
That does not strike me as particularly flexible.
Well, as you test it, it draws very easily.
So it's magic.
It is magic.
I mean, you already said it was
Yeah,
magic.
I did. And there is a full quiver of arrows.
Well, that's a mercy.
60 arrows and a short bow.
That is a lot of arrows.
Wilhelm apparently was the man who liked to be prepared.
I mean, I don't want to, say anything bad about my buddy here, but he has 8 arrows in his stash.
Well, now he has 60. You want to jot down midnight bow?
Midnight bow. That's cool.
But this bow also has a unique feature. If you're shooting against a caster, it's a D8. And also, you can use it for melee.
What?
And there'll be 1d6 plus 1 plus your dexterity. Let's jump to Frankie.
Go away, I'm sleeping.
Frankie, it's dinner time.
I already ate.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you have a good rest?
Yeah.
Oh, good. It's quiet there. No, you do hear the noise from downstairs.
It's kind of
soaking
homey,
up.
kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel quite a bit more rested than I did.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit bored, but I need to, make sure that I can still sleep tonight, I guess.
You want to roll insight?
22.
You haven't noticed Tara since you said you needed to rest.
Well, he said he'd stay, so maybe he's asleep. I should go see if he's asleep.
Mm-hmm. So you go over to his room.
Is it a suite or what?
You guys have next door rooms.
Okay.
You guys have 3 rooms that are just in a row.
Okay.
Do you open the door? Do you knock? There's no answer.
Hey, did you go to dinner already?
No answer.
I'm coming in.
Hope you're decent.
And there's everyone's packs there, but no bodies.
Well, I guess I'll go through to the other door. Did you guys go to dinner already?
No answer.
Anyone here?
No answer.
Screw it, I'm going back to bed.
You climb back in bed. Do. As you're falling back asleep, there's a on your door. It's the distinct sound of a gauntleted fist.
I become alert and I arm myself. I don't have time to put on like my armor and everything, but I grab a couple daggers.
Okay.
Who is it?
My name is Yorick. I'm from the city guard.
I didn't steal anything.
I'm not here to accuse that, ma'am.
Okay, just a second. Goes across the room to open the door.
And there is a human there.
Can I help you?
I'm sorry to say this, but it seems like your companion has been taken.
I beg your pardon?
Bronze Dragon Man.
Taken where?
We do not
To
know.
jail?
No. He was abducted and we have been searching for him.
Tara was?
If that is his name, we were not given a name.
What happened?
There was a kerfuffle in the tavern.
A kerfuffle in the tavern and my friend disappeared?
Yes, by the time we got there, it was cleared up, and we have been searching the city for him.
Who was he with anyone?
There was a human woman, a half-elf man, and a silver dragonborn.
What did the human woman look like? Was she tall? Does she have kind of brownish hair?
No.
Is she a paladin?
No, this was a arms for hire woman. Spiky hair, blonde.
And a half-elf man and what else, sorry?
Another dragon man.
Why were they fighting? Tara doesn't fight with anyone. He doesn't even fight with me.
Witnesses could not tell me what they were fighting about, only that they started fighting and then the three of them removed Tara. That is your friend's name.
Where did they go?
We do not know yet, but we are scouring the city.
How long ago?
This happened about an hour before the dinner rush here began.
Which was how long? That was hours ago. Why am I only finding out about this now?
Because the barkeep neglected to mention that he had a companion up here, and we have been searching for him as well.
Was anyone else taken?
No.
A couple hours, you say. Okay.
The barkeep did tell me this time that you have other companions. Do you know where they might be?
They're probably at the temple. Is the barkeep still on duty?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other information?
They're arms for hire traveling through the city. That's all that we know.
Somebody recognized them enough to be able to tell you what they were.
Yes.
Who hired them?
We do not know. No one inside the city. They're passing through on a job.
Probably somebody inside the city, if we're honest. Okay. Where's the nearest Assassin's Guild?
He rocks back slightly. You want to do an insight check on him?
16?
You can tell by his demeanor that there is such a thing, but because of his official status, he cannot confirm that there is such a organization within the glorious city of Keep Rock.
Right. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks, honey.
We will keep you informed with what we find out.
I'm sure you will. Bye. Closes the door in his face.
You could tell he wanted to say more, but...
Never fear. I have my own methods of finding things out.
He realizes...
And it'll probably go much faster than his.
Probably.
Right. Is there anything to write on in this room?
Yeah, there's some paper. You probably have some paper in your bag, and
Right.
usual inkwell and pens.
Gonna scrawl a bit of a note. Hi. Tara got himself kidnapped. I'm going to go bring him back. See you tomorrow. Probably. Hearts and kisses, Frankie.
So Frankie, you go out in the city.
I'm gonna go see the barkeep first.
Okay.
But yes, eventually I'll get out there.
All right. Well, it is busy downstairs at the moment.
Oh, he'll make time for me.
Okay. He sees you, and he does excuse himself from the bar and comes towards you.
Hi.
Ma'am, I see the guard has come to visit you.
Yes, a bit late it seems.
I apologize. I should have.
It's fine. Tell me what happened.
Your friend came downstairs, ordered a meal, ordered a drink. There was another dragonborn that they were talking pretty well. It got along. Then one of the dragonborn's companions from a table came up and joined the conversation and did something to your friend, in which made him collapse. And then the other dragonborn punched the half-elf man. The woman joined, and there was a bit of arguing among them, and then they took Tara.
Okay. Which way did they go? Which way did they exit?
They exited towards the west.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Question.
Yeah.
If you wanted to hire somebody to procure an item for you, who would you go to?
Glances around. Are you asking about legitimate or?
I appreciate that you know about both. I'm asking, is there anyone in the room who belongs to a guild?
Glances around the room. No one here right now.
All right, then where would I find them?
Well, you're looking for thieves. Good ones. Yeah?
Just point me in the right direction. I can find my way.
Okay, near the temple, about a few blocks north, there's a house
All right,
with a single blue shutter.
that's all I need. Thank you.
Knock 3 times.
Oh, believe me, honey, I know the rules.
Okay. Good luck.
I appreciate your help.
Someone yells his name and it's like,
And the next time he looks, Frankie isn't there.
Frankie's not there.
So Frankie heads up and sees that it's a thieves guild, but that's what she asked about. So it's the first step.
"30 seconds later, the small panel opens up and a pair of solid-colored eyes looks out at her.
Oh, great. Hi, I'm new here.
What do you want?
Speaks in thieves' can't. I'm looking for some associates who might be good at hunting somebody down
Win.
tonight.
Mark?
Dragonborn. Not looking to kill, looking to retrieve.
There are many dragonborns in this city, ma'am.
He's my companion.
Color.
Bronze was taken out after a bar fight at the Dancing Goliath earlier today.
The one the guards are looking for.
Right. And I don't, the guards are...
That holds up a hand, a gloved hand, turns back as someone's shouting in a language you actually don't speak.
Oh, snap. Infernal?
Actually, yeah.
Okay.
Go around back. Someone will be there.
Thanks. Lets herself around.
And actually, before you get there, there is a humanoid figure, medium size, cloak, dark blue cloak, covering head, covering shoulders. Like, you cannot discern much about this person as they're standing there. When they hear you come, they turn their back to you, so you can't see any further. There's a nod from the hood, like they know you're there and they're waiting.
I don't really want myself to be seen either in these circumstances. Can I climb above them?
You can do a acrobatics check or an athletics check.
Nope.
You try, but there's no real good footholds for you. Can slip a bit.
It's a well-made building.
There's probably something, but you gotta know the route.
Yeah,
Something.
and I can't really see it in the dark, being unfamiliar with it.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of make that sound.
The head cocks a bit,
I'm new to the area.
nods.
So are you just going to stand there mysteriously, or are you going to offer some help?
Tell me about who you're looking for.
Well, this depends. Are you offering assistance?
I would not be here otherwise.
I'm looking for a bronze dragonborn, about this tall.
Mm-hmm.
He's about this broad in the shoulders. He usually carries a bow, but I think I recall that he left those in our rooms. So he's probably dressed in a chain shirt. He was taken after a brawl at the Dancing Goliath this afternoon.
And those who took him?
A human woman, a half-elf man, and another dragonborn. Presumably here on a job that the guard professes to know nothing about. Was wondering if y'all had heard anything about a job that would hire such mercenaries.
Not a job taken by those of that description.
That's a shame. That means you can't tell me where to go.
But I will help you.
What can you offer?
I'm well versed in tracking in both city and forests.
Well, then knock yourself out. Let's go.
He was last seen at the Dancing Goliath, yes?
Correct.
How long ago?
Near as I can reckon, about 3 hours. They've gotten quite a head start on us, yes.
Yes. To what direction?
Nobody knows.
Then let's make our way back there.
I'd hope that the trail hasn't been covered up already.
Yes. So the two of you get back to the Dancing Goliath, and the figure doesn't go in. They stand in front of the doorway.
Is there another door out of the bar?
This is the only one into the front. They have the door through the kitchen.
We don't know which route they took.
No. The figure crouches by the step and reaches out a hand. No glove, but it's a black-skinned hand, by the way. Very delicate features. What?
That makes me happy.
Good. And there's this slight blue nimbus around the hand as
Do love a little bit of magic.
they do a quick incantation.
Ooh. Incantation.
And on the ground, footsteps flare. Different ones flaring. You see large feet and small feet, and bare feet, and do. Sorry, I want to
Is there like a swoop, like a dragonborn being dragged?
I just want to quickly double check my descriptions of people. Right. Then there is a smaller set of feet with a very wide step, followed by another one that's kind of hobbling with a round thing next to it, like they have a cane or a staff, followed by a very large, heavy set dragging something.
That's the one.
Yes.
You would need to be about that big to drag him. He is massive.
Yes. Well, they head west.
Off we go then.
And the color around the hand disappears.
So you've been in this business long?
Off and on. I am been tracking for many years. Different regions. Yourself?
Practically grew up doing it.
Some of us find our calling early, or is given it.
Yes, sometimes greatness is thrust upon us, as they say.
whether we want it or not. So you go through the city. The trail, every once in a while, the cloaked figure stops and double checks the trail. And as they do this more, it takes longer for the trail to show up, and the glow is slowly dimming. Their energy for this magic is slowly waning.
Does that incantation of yours give us any indication of how much further the trail goes?
Out of the city.
Tell me about the stars around here. Are we likely to be able to see much?
A half-elf like you? Yes.
This idiot. He's still being dragged. He's still passed out. He has a thick skull.
Did the guard or anyone tell you anything of what happened? Maybe that will be a clue.
Well, the Dragonborn men were chatting like they do. And then the half-elf, quote-unquote, did something. And Tara collapsed.
Witnesses are observant.
Well, knowing Tara, he probably went when there weren't very many witnesses, and he's not exactly the sort of person who attracts a lot of attention. Even if he is a hulking dragonborn, it's not like he's holding. Okay.
Holds up a hand and waves for the two of you to go into the shadows.
Okay.
And the figure is peeking around. Why don't you roll perception real quick?
That's a 15 plus 8.
So you're able to peek around them as well. And you see a few figures come out of an alleyway and glance around and head into another one. You recognize one of the figures. A large-ish, imposing armor with a sword and a horn dangling around his neck.
No. No. Why would you do that?
Why you do that to me?
And from the figure in front of you, you hear a low growl.
Same.
I do not like that man.
That makes two of us.
But we can't do anything yet.
I would probably start believing in the gods if one of them gave me that man's head. I mean, one of them sort of promised, so
You speak to the builders.
more like I can't get away from them.
Either you were blessed or cursed.
I mean, I have my own opinions about the matter.
Don't we all?
I'm really excited because I just figured out in this conversation who this person is.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Shall you tell me?
Yes! Not that I really needed your confirmation, yeah. No, I'm excited.
So, the figure is waiting a little bit longer as the men from the streets go into another alleyway and disappear.
What is he doing here?
Doing his master's bidding.
Collecting more poor souls.
Or collecting something. Or giving orders to someone.
As long as Tara isn't headed towards him, I'm alright.
No. Let's go.
Okay.
And now the figure is, they're moving faster. Trying to reach the gates. 2 blocks from the gates, they pull up short again. The gates are closed. It's nighttime, or evening.
Never stopped me before.
Good. Leads you down a street, through an alleyway that lets out right at the wall. Glances left, glances right, and then climbs.
Nice.
Follow me exactly.
Understood.
And give me a quick perception check with advantage as you get up to the wall.
I mean,
You don't need advantage.
That's like a 27.
Yeah.
Not to put too fine a point on it.
There are little, if you didn't know where to find them, or if you weren't at the right angle, you would not see these pieces set perfectly for climbing the wall.
Nice.
And it doesn't take the two of you long to get to the top. And the figure is standing there at the top. And give me an insight check on them.
22.
As you climb up, you notice it is a female.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I already guessed.
You can't tell much more than that, but you definitely can now tell in the evening wind, the blowing their cloak, it is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a folded longbow strapped to her hip,
Okay.
a full quiver, and a couple daggers.
I like the way she operates.
Good. The forest spreads out to the west, and there are a few lone mountain peaks and hills surrounding it.
Okay.
The forest is a big place.
It is. And if he starts traveling of his own volition, he can move pretty quickly.
Tell me of him.
He's a ranger. He loves the forest.
That will make it difficult. That might also be why they have taken him.
I mean, depending on what their job was, yeah, a similar thought had occurred to me. If he had somehow let it slip. Poor baby, I wouldn't be surprised.
Are you ready for this?
Difficult doesn't mean impossible. I don't trust him on his own.
Such a good friend you are.
No, it would just be very inconvenient if he left.
I wish I had someone who cared for me like that. And she jumps.
I'm sure someone would think it's inconvenient. Jumps after her.
And actually, as you're following her, your fall slows.
Nice. I love working with magic people.
Do you want to try to find out where it comes from?
I'm presuming it's from her. No?
No. This is a really good guild you found.
Nice.
They have something implanted in the wall that if you jump off at the right spot, it gives you feather fall.
Nice. It's a good guild.
Uh-huh. And so the two of you land very nicely, very lightly on the forest. And your companion, she gets reinvigorated in the forest, which is good. And she sets off at a good pace into the forest.
Okay.
And I'm actually going to call it there.
In there, Tara. Don't die, buddy.
And there you have it, another episode of K&K Play D&D is in the books. That was Keep Rock episode 1, because we are starting a new story arc. And I am so excited for you guys to hear the antics the party's gonna get up to while they're in this city, or, you know, just outside of it in the case of those who have decided to get abducted. If you miss Keith, that's okay, I do too. He's at his new job and settling in and everything, so hopefully next week he'll be back on the intros and outros. Send him some love on the social medias, you know how to reach him. It's at K&K Play D&D on both Facebook and Twitter. Musical backing tracks were written by me, but all the ambient backing tracks are from tabletopaudio.com. Swing by and say hello to Tim on Twitter, or go over to his Patreon and support him. He does really amazing work and provides it for free. So give him a tip if you're able to. Hit like, hit share, let your friends know about us. Y'all should also subscribe to our RSS feed so that y'all never miss our extra content. Every once in a while I'll throw up an unscheduled soundtrack song and things like that. Finally, this is Karin, the second K of K&K Play D&D, signing off. Thank you for listening, and be well.